What's up guys? So before I get to the workout video, I just want to cover the topic meal frequency. I've been getting a lot of questions from people asking me how many times to eat in a day, be it 2 times, 3 times, 6 times, 8 times, and so on, right? The answer is very simple. As long as you consume the amount of calories you require in order for you to hit your goal and hit your macronutrients in the right proportion, you should be fine. It doesn't matter how many times you eat in a day. If you can get in all your calories and your macronutrients in 2 meals, it's absolutely fine. Taking me as an example, I consume about 3,800 calories on a daily basis in order for me to achieve my goals. Now, consuming that many calories in 2 meals is just not possible for me because I feel too heavy and lethargic, and I'm completely put off and I can't, go about my day and do whatever I need to do. So I would prefer consuming that many calories in about 5 to 7 meals, which works completely fine for me. But then again, it's not wrong to consume that many calories in about 3 meals. A lot of people that I know even hit about 4,500 calories in 3 meals and they feel absolutely fine. It's about what you feel. And I have a sensitive stomach. So if I eat that much food in 2 meals, I know I just get a bad stomach the next day or I'm completely out. So that's what it is, guys. As long as you consume the amount of calories you require and as long as you hit your macronutrients in the right proportion, you should be fine. Moving on, let me give you 2 examples on flexible dieting so you guys can get the concept a lot more clear. So let's say there's this guy who's 6 feet 3 inches and weighs in at about 110 kgs. Now he's a massive fellow and he's a powerlifter. He would require approximately 6,000 calories a day. The reason being because he requires that many calories in order to maintain his body weight and he has a lot of physical activity going on throughout the day. He's a powerlifter, right? And he lifts a lot of heavy weights. Lifting a lot of heavy weights will make you burn a lot of calories. So keep that in mind, guys. If you want to lose weight, a good tip or a good thing to do is lift heavy weights because you will burn a lot of calories. Okay, now let me put all this in writing. I must warn you guys, I'm not very good at art or at writing, so just bear with me for this moment. Right, like I was saying, 6 feet 3 inches height. Let's put H over here for height. Weight is about 110 kgs. And he's a big guy, a big mean powerlifter, okay? So let's put on some muscle on this guy. Man. Okay. So you get the point. Big powerlifter. So for him, he requires about 6,000 calories. Now, like I said, 2 meals a day. So meal 1, 3,000 calories. Meal 2, 3,000 calories. Now this is a lot of food, guys. So let me put this into a different perspective, I would say. 3,000 calories is about 25 whole eggs, including the egg yellow, or the yolk, and about 1.5 kg of rice. So that is a lot of food in one meal. Just imagine eating 2 meals of that a day in 2 sittings. That's retarded, right? That's a lot of food. It'd be very, very hard. But people do that. I'm not saying people don't. It's just that what works for you and what you think works best. Now, what would be more practical is to have 6 meals a day. Just imagine 6 meals a day would be like 1,000 calories per meal, right? That would make a lot more sense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each meal would be like 1,000 calories, 1,000 calories, 1,000, 1,000. Yeah, and you get the point. Last meal 1,000 as well. So that makes a lot more sense, guys, right? So this guy, it makes a lot more sense, a lot more manageable for this guy in order for him to diet. And it's a lot more practical. Now let's take another situation where we have this supermodel. She's very petite. She's about 5'2" and weighs in about, let's say 40 kgs. So she just jogs on a regular basis, maybe 10-20 minutes a day jogging. So someone like her, let me just change these values. 5 feet 2 inches. Someone 40 kgs, right? 40 kgs. Okay. Let me get the drawing right, guys. So she's a supermodel. She's a pretty girl. Just give her a nice bow tie over here. She's wearing a nice skirt. Okay, so someone like her would require about, I would say, 1,200 calories a day in order to maintain her body weight. Now for her to have 6 meals a day wouldn't make sense. I mean, it will still work, she will reach her goals, everything will work absolutely fine, but it's not practical, right? Each meal would be about 200 calories. So meal 1, meal 2 to meal 6, 200, 200, 200. That's not going to make sense, right? Just imagine having this much per meal. It's not going to satisfy you, or you're not going to feel full. So at the end of the day, I would say the best thing to do for this person is to have 3 meals. Meal 1, meal 2, meal 3. Meal 1 400 calories, meal 2 400, meal 3 400. Now this is a pretty decent quantity which will fill you up, and it's a good way to diet. Or if you're someone who likes to have some good snacks or some tea or coffee during the middle of the day, what you could do is you can just make a split, or design your program in whatever way you feel comfortable. So if I'm a person who likes to have a snack break or a coffee break, I would design my meal 1 to be 300 calories, meal 2 would be 100 calories, this would be my snacks, meal 3 400, meal 4 400. So just mix and match, work with what you feel best. At the end of the day, everyone's different, and we have to find our sweet spot.